I
And
did not know how to put this stuff into Excel. I did it by hand because I was struggling with that part. So you might have to help me out.
okay. Well, we can just start with the quiz, I guess, and go through.
Does everyone have it open?
I do,
I'm
yes.
opening mine.
So 3 then we'll start is the symbol. Oh my gosh. The symbol for the true population proportion is which of the following?
That's just P, right?
Uh-huh. So the third option, just plain P. So for the next 2 questions, suppose our n is 100.
I don't have it open yet. Sorry.
No worries.
Yeah. Here we go.
Well, my son has to design a survey and collect data for his spring break homework. So
Pretty much what we have to do too.
I was like, hey, we can just do the same thing.
How old is he?
He's 8, so second grade.
Okay.
They just only have to fill out like a bar graph about it. So I was like, oh, ours has to go a little further than that, but
Yeah, just a little.
anyway, I still thought it was kind of fun.
That is kind of funny.
Okay.
That's great. I have it open now.
All right.
Okay, so number 3, the symbol for true population proportion was just the regular P, so the third option. And then for the next 2 questions, suppose our n is 100, our p is 0.25, and our p hat is 0.1. Are the requirements for constructing a confidence interval satisfied?
True.
True. It has to be
True.
or greater or equal to 10.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, n times p hat, right? Sorry.
Yeah.
N times p hat has to be greater or equal to 10. And then n times 1 minus p hat, also greater or equal to 10. So,
yep.
Everybody good?
So 5, are the requirements for conducting a hypothesis test satisfied?
You mean conducing? Do you see that typo?
Oh yeah, I didn't even see it. I just read it as conducting.
Yeah. Okay, so is this like our old requirements that we learned in the past about it being equally distributed or whatever? Or is this something new that I just missed in the reading? Do you get what I'm asking?
Yeah, I do.
It is something new.
It is.
I was trying to do it lately.
I think it's oh, it's a different one. Just kidding. Don't listen to me. Well, they are met. I just have to find out where I found that.
Because the hypothesis test is what we have been doing, right?
I think it's the same. It's the same as the confidence interval.
Okay.
If you go to the reading in the very, very bottom in the orange remember box, it gives the requirements for confidence interval and for the hypothesis test for one proportion, which is what this one is. So they are met. It's the same thing.
Okay, I see
just different if you have 2 proportions. But for the purpose of this question, they are met.
Okay. Perfect. I understand. You good with that, Maxie?
Yeah, I'm good
Okay.
with
You probably already knew it. I'm
No.
a little lost. Okay. Number 6. Study of first-degree murder trials were conducted in another state. A random sample of 60 people on trial for first-degree murder was taken. Of these, 45 of the defendants were found guilty. Find p hat, the point estimate of the proportion of first-degree murder defendants who are found guilty in this state. So that's just the x divided by n?
Yeah,
Yep.
the Excel sheet we have.
So I got 0.75.
Yes, that's what I... Wait, does it show that on the Excel sheet?
Like I said, I don't know because I did it by hand. I didn't use the Excel because I couldn't figure it out.
Let me open. Is this categorical data? Which one is it?
Categorical data.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the
Let me
new
open
one.
that really quick.
Um,
Sorry. What is it asking? The p hat. Find the point estimate.
Yeah. But I don't know what to put
Gotta
where.
put the right things in there. Hang on. I'm like, that doesn't...
What did you find? Did you find 750?
0.75. Yep, that's what I had.
Okay.
Yeah, it has that on the...
Well, what numbers do you put in the one sample C-test proportion? What are you putting?
I
see
put
the box.
45 in X and 60
in N.
And then left it at 95?
Yeah.
The confidence interval? What about the null?
I didn't even do the null, but...
Did you just put 0 in there?
I just left it for what it was.
At
And it still
0.7?
gave us the right p hat. Yeah. I don't think it changes the p hat because it's just x divided by n.
We don't have the right p-value though. Oh wait, we do. Maybe. What did I have? Oh yeah, it is right.
Okay, I'm like, I don't know, mine is right.
Wait, mine was, what's yours?
0.750.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of something else.
What was that?
Anyways, okay, moving on.
Okay. Determine margin of error for this 90% confident interval. This is where I was stuck. I don't know how to calculate this one.
This one, I think we just have to do by hand, right? Because I didn't see any confidence interval thing on the whatever. Or the margin of error. Whatever we're talking about. Ugh. So this would just be m equals z star, that one, times the square root. Is that what you did, Angela?
Yeah. This is the formula that I found. It is in point 3, sample size calculations, but I could not make the calculation. It gave me a very weird number.
Let's see.
Are you there, Angela?
I don't know. What are you talking about? In the reading, is that what you were talking about?
Yeah.
No. Well, yeah, so do we just do the margin of error calculation by hand? Because there's nothing on the Excel sheet. Okay, now I have to figure out. So what would this be then? Sorry. At 95%, is that 1.96?
Yeah.
Okay, so 1.96, and then what's the p?
Isn't it given to us? I think it's 0.10 something.
Yeah, 0.1.
Where do we get that? Is it on here?
It's in the quiz. It's in the quiz up above.
For the information?
Oh yeah, that was the old one. What do I have? Let's see.
No, this is the old one.
True population portion. Hang on. Oh. I'm trying to find like an example in the reading of the margin of error. Okay. Determine.
Well, so if we still get our p-value, isn't that what you were looking for? Was p for the equation?
Yeah.
We still get that on our Excel sheet, right? There's p-value down there.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Mine says 0.801.
Oh, mine does not.
0.01?
0.801.
So what else do you have in your inputs? You have 45.
Unless maybe it's, oh.
6.
It's supposed to be greater than, isn't it?
That's what yeah.
Yeah, I had less than, so 0.199 is.
Okay, I have 0.199 also.
Yeah, sorry, mine changed. Yeah, you're right. Because that still gives me the right upper and lower bounds of the confidence interval.
I have this 0.199 too, but I wonder if it's correct. Is that what we are looking for?
I'm just going to say it's correct. Well, let's see. Let's do the calculations and see if we can get. So, all right. Oops.
Mm.
Okay, did you have, let's see, 0.101
For what?
for number,
For the margin of error?
yeah,
What did you say? 101?
yeah, 0.101.
Yeah, I guess that would be rounded up. I had 1096, so. it
Oh,
would be
mine's
one-
like 0.101023.
What's your confidence interval?
This 90%.
Point, like the top and bottom. Is that what you're asking? The lower and upper bound?
Yeah.
0.640 and 0.860.
So yeah, that's right.
So I maybe just did something.
So how will you give me that equation for the margin of error, please?
M equals Z star times the square root of P parentheses 1 minus P close parentheses divided by N. And then all
And
of that's that square root.
What's our M? Is that what we're looking at?
We're finding
So-
M.
So you did 1.96 times
Mhm.
times 1, or what is it? 0.199?
Yeah.
So is the 1.96 included in the square root?
No, that's outside.
That's after the
You multiply
multiplication.
all of
Okay, so you had 0.199 parenthesis 1 minus 0.199
Yep.
over 60?
Yep.
And that gave you 0.101.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, have you turned in the thing yet? Like, whatever.
Yeah, I got the margin of error wrong, but I got the other two right.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. 0. What did I say it was? 101? I like exited out of my calculator. Or cleared my calculator.
Yeah, I need to redo this though, because I'm gonna see something real quick.
I just did it again and I got the same thing, so I think
Alrighty, we'll go with that then.
What N did you use? Is it 45?
60 for N.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's true. 60.
I was just thinking if it's I think it might be 45 because we're looking at only the ones that were guilty, so I think it may need to be 45, not
Okay.
60. So
Hang on.
try that real.
Okay, sorry. So why is it 45 and not?
Because it says that it's we're doing a 95% confidence interval for the true proportion of first-degree murder trials that got the guilty verdict. And it was the 45 out of the 60 that were guilty. Not all 60 were guilty. Right?
Okay.
So do we do 45 instead? I don't know. I could be wrong on that.
I don't know. I just like do the numbers that match the letters. Well, I haven't turned in any quiz yet, so I have 2 tries, so I can turn in the 0.101, and then if that's not right, it would be the 45. Or we could try the 45. Do you want to just do that? Or
Yeah.
because I don't have an answer for you. I don't know what it would be.
Yeah, let's just try the 60 first and we'll go from there.
Okay, that sounds good. I love the 2 tries thing.
So
Okay.
anyway, the lower bound for number 8 was 0.640.
Yep.
And the upper bound for question 9 is 0.860. So in number 10, if we increase the sample size from 60 to 80, what do you expect to happen to the width of the confidence interval? It'll decrease.
I have decreased also. Because I just changed it and then compared it.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect.
11, to conduct a hypothesis test for one proportion, 2 requirements must be met. Suppose P is 1/2. What is the smallest n that can be, what is the smallest n and both requirements still?
Okay.
This is where I would really need help. I don't know how to proceed here.
So if the hypothesis and the confidence intervals, if that's the same requirements, then it's the n times p hat, right? Is
I
that?
think so.
But this just says suppose p is half, not p hat. So I don't know. I was kind of lost on this one too, Maxie. I didn't really quite know where to go.
I remember it was explained to us in one of the YouTube video. But I guess it was last week. No, not last week. The 15th lesson. 16.
So I don't know. What did you have something for this, Angela? Like, did you do an equation for this?
No. I was unsure how to do it as well.
Yeah, okay, good. We're all unsure.
Not a good sign, though.
What is the smallest n can be in both requirements? So
Salvador.
I don't know. Like, I guess if we were to treat it like those equations, n times p is greater or equal to 10. So if that, or the p hat or whatever. So if p hat were half, then would the answer be 20 then?
Yes.
So you just want to try 20?
I had the answers, but I couldn't remember how I did it, but that's the right answer, so.
Okay, so it is 20.
So what did you do?
So you know the
Did,
equation that makes it valid, n times p hat is greater than or equal to 10, and then n times 1 minus p hat is greater or equal to 10.
so what did you plug in?
I just put 20 as n, right?
Yeah.
I just put 20 as n because I knew 20 times half, like 20 times 0.5 is 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then
That's a shit.
1 minus 0.5, you get 0.5 times 20, you get 10 again. So that was my logic there. So that's.
And how do you proceed for the second one?
Wait, what?
The next one is the same logic, isn't it?
Yeah, I just put that 20.
No, for number 12, what did you do for 12? I think is what he's. Is it the
I
same
don't know.
logic? I think that's what he's asking.
So, for number 12, okay. Is it the same then? Because I didn't know, because I was confused that hypothesis test versus, or let's see.
They both ask about a hypothesis test for one.
Okay, yeah, now I'm looking at it, I'm like, I don't know. I had both of them blank, like I didn't write anything, or I hadn't turned it in, because I
Well,
thought.
I think this one is 100.
Okay. Oh, well, yeah, so same, if you do the same logic, then yeah, it would be. So I just wasn't sure if my.
Can you share your screen?
Who? What? Me?
He wants to know,
Yeah.
like, your equation, like, just wants to see it.
Oh, okay. What? Hang on. Where's the share my screen thing? Here
It's
we
on
go.
the left, on mine anyway.
Okay. I don't know if I can even find in the reading. I was just gonna.
I think it's at the very bottom, if you go to that too.
Into the remember box, maybe?
Yeah.
Here we go. So here's that requirement. It's this right here. You see that?
Oh, okay.
So how did you know to plug in 20?
I just said what times half equals 10. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. So initially you did 10.
It was really more of like the guess.
So you did 10 divided by 0.5.
Yeah,
which is
that's
20.
it.
Which
That's
is 20. So in the next one, you would do 10 divided by whatever 1/10 is. 0.1. And that gives you 100. So voila, there you go.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Did you get that, Maxie, those things?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so 100 for number 12.
Now 13.
Mm-hmm.
So all of that stuff, water quality study in the reading, about 60% of macro invertebrate water quality indicators have historically been associated with good health, et cetera, et cetera. They conduct hypothesis tests using significance level 0.05. Following hypothesis So they collect new data, and this time n equals 80, x equals 38. So the conditions for conducting hypothesis tests are satisfied. True or false? True. That's what I have on here. I haven't done nothing, or I did the.
Yeah, it's true.
Because that's the same thing, n times p, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay, so true for 13. What is the p hat?
I have 0.475.
That is also what I have.
P hat.
Uh-huh.
Let me input the data. Okay. Yeah, this is what I have too.
Okay. The test statistic. That's the, is that the Z?
Mm-hmm.
I
have negative 2.282.
That's what I have on here, but now on my Excel sheet, it's not coming up as that. But I might have some.
Well, that's the right answer, so.
Okay.
What number do you have? -4?
I have negative 2.282. 15.
Okay, I'm trying to see.
And there's something wrong in my.
I did it by hand. So
No.
I can't tell you if you're plugging it into Excel, but I can tell you the equation I did by hand.
I know what it is, Maxie. You have your x as 38, your n as 8, your confidence level is 9.95, your null hypothesis is 0.60. And then put less than for the type of test, and you'll get negative 2.282.
What were your first two? Your x and your n? What did you
The
do?
x and n was, x was 38, n was 80. Do you have paper?
So if you put it there, because the Z that I have here is -4.39892.
Did you change the null hypothesis to 0.6?
Oh,
Because mine was coming up as -4 something until I changed the null hypothesis to 0.6. Because that's what the in the information for those questions, as the null hypothesis is p equals 0.6. Okay, go get some paper downstairs, and then I'll get the crayons and stuff.
okay, you're right.
Did it change on your thing?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
-2.282.
Yep.
Yep. And then the p-value, which is the next question, is 0.11.
Yeah, that's what. Hey, I'm getting you your colors right now. Here. You want to bring them downstairs? No. Sorry, guys.
What p-value do you have? 0.989?
0.011.
Okay. Any questions on 16?
Why do you have 0.011? Did you do it by hand?
Yours is still in greater than. You need to change your type of test to less than.
Oh. Okay.
And do you see where the less than came from, Maxie?
Yeah.
Okay.
So your p-value should now be 0.011.
Yeah.
Okay. So because the 0.011 is less than 0.5, we reject it.
Correct.
It had to be equal to it. Mhm.
And then 18.
The last one.
Let's summarize the conclusion of this test.
So here's a question. When is there sufficient evidence and versus insufficient evidence?
Whether you reject it or fail to reject it.
So rejecting is sufficient evidence.
Right.
Fail to reject is insufficient.
Correct.
I feel like that kind of screwed me over on the test a little bit. Fail to, I'm writing this down. Fail to reject.
Because obviously it's insufficient. You failed to do what you're supposed to do.
Okay. I can remember that, I think. Okay, so fail to reject is insufficient, and then reject is sufficient.
Correct.
Okay, that
Because you were able to prove the theory.
will help me a lot.
So did you say fail to reject is sufficient?
Fail to reject is insufficient evidence. If you reject the null, then you have sufficient evidence.
Great.
Fail, that means you didn't have sufficient evidence to prove the claim.
Okay.
So in this one, in 18, it's the last option. We have sufficient evidence to conclude that water quality in the area has decreased.
Okay. Got it. I think that will actually help me a lot.
Mom, I'm coloring Rocky.
Oh yeah, you color him.
I colored you.
Okay.
Okay, so
Did you get 100?
nope, that 1.101 is wrong.
I
So
think
it's divided by 45, you said?
Well,
Or something?
The body. I'm coloring the body.
You already submit yours, Angela?
I submitted mine, but number 7 is wrong, the 0.101.
Then here.
Number 16 or number 7?
7.
Number 7.
Mom,
Okay.
I'll show you how to make a bagel. First, go like that. I know how to go like
Did you say you got it wrong with a different answer before, Angela?
Then blue.
Let me,
Cloud.
it'll only take me a second. I'll just run mine through and submit it again.
That's my
So give me just a second.
Oh no, on my eye.
Oh, good old man.
Fini? Betul tak kita bola ni?
Then green. Ears, like bunny ears. That old man had bunny ears.
Mama hilang, mama travail.
Then red. Then a side is red. ears.
Okay.
Like fake ears.
Who's this? Which one?
Should I just stop the recording, or do we need to wait till we see if we have this last answer?
You can probably stop and then we'll just talk about it.
Sounds good.